Hello, I'm Cordell Kattenberg, and this is my personal testimony. So, I grew up in a Christian home. I was raised by two Christian parents, and all of my family has gone to church all our lives. We've been part of Assemblies of God all of our lives, and I myself followed God a little bit throughout grade school and junior high, a little bit, but I was never fully dedicated to God. I never really knew what he meant to me, and I never really experienced him in many ways. I went through grade school riding on the bus and doing stuff like that. And I remember reading my Bible, but I don't remember doing it for the right reasons. I remember doing it because, that's what was expected of me. That's what my sister did on the bus. That's what my parents wanted me to do, so that's what I did. I read the Bible, and it was never real. It never felt real ever to me. It just was something else. I didn't know what God was really, who he really was to me. But I went on for a while and I was doing good. I wasn't like sinning, but I wasn't truly experiencing God either. It wasn't until I got to about the sixth grade where I started kind of purposely walking away from God. Like I started cussing and started doing things that I shouldn't have. And I just moved away from him, and my parents, they still probably, I don't know if today they even know that I was walking away from God the way I was, but I was walking away because I thought I knew better than God did. I thought I hadn't experienced him, so I didn't know what it was like. I didn't know if my parents were just crazy or if I just chose the path that I thought was good, and I did that for a couple years, and finally I went to youth convention in my seventh grade year. Now, I'd been to youth convention twice already. That was my third time going, and this year was in a different location, and I had a different youth pastor than I did my first two times going. But I remember going and just wanting to hang out with friends, wanting to spend time with, with who I thought soon would be my girlfriend. I wanted to just be around those people, and that's all that was to me. I wasn't going for God. I was going for the fun music, the games, and the friends, and the pizza or whatever, all the going to the mall and whatever. It was all selfish. Every part of it was selfish, and that's why I went. That's why I wanted to go, and that is what I went in the first night expecting, but that's not what I came out with that weekend. That last day, the Saturday of youth convention, I felt in my spirit. God was speaking to me, even though I never really spoke to God, other than small, like, little prayers, that kids say. God was speaking to me, and he told me, I felt this nagging in my spirit that he wanted me back, and he wanted me to be different than how I had been. And so I pursued it. I talked to God. I asked him what was going on, and then after, I got saved that night, and I don't know if I would necessarily say I got saved through the normal means of the ABCs, admit, believe, confess, whatever it is, accept, believe, confess. I don't think I got saved that. I think I just got saved. I don't think I didn't say the right words. God just said he knew what I wanted, and he knew that I wanted him, and he brought me back to him, brought me out of my life of sin, and then that same night I got this nagging feeling that he wanted me to go into ministry. So I said, all right, God, and I said this in kind of a Gideon-like context, not knowing who Gideon was at the time, obviously, but I said, if that's what you want, give me a sign. And almost immediately upon me saying that, a man got up on the stage, and he gave away a small little book, and I wish I had the book. I have it somewhere, I'm sure, but a small little book saying, are you called into the ministry? And I remember just being like, all right, that sounds like it might be me, sounds like it's something I might be interested in. So I went ahead and I got that free book. Everyone in the place got that free book, and I read through that book. In that book, every single thing, he said, if you do this, you might be called in the ministry. If you like this, you might be called into the ministry. And I did every one of those things. I focused on every one of those things. I'm like, this is me, this is what God wants for my life. So I pursued it. I am now attending Bible college. I'm attending a discipleship program in Wichita, Kansas called Full Circle. I'm getting my degree through SAGU. I'm next year hopefully going to, this coming semester, hopefully going to get a job in ministry somewhere and continue my education through SAGU. And God has brought me out of my life of sin and brought me to a different place than I was before. And although I'm not perfect, and although I wish I could say I was perfect, I'm not. But God has brought me to an awesome place, and and I thank Him for everything He's done in my life, and that is who I am now. God has made me who I am. If I wasn't going into ministry, I would have no idea where I was going. I would have no idea what my career would be. God is the only way for me. So I thank Him for what He's done for me, and I hope everyone else who ever hears my testimony thinks that they need Him too. So thank you for listening. I'm Portal Kattenberg. Goodbye.